Yay! I've hit that 1000 subscribers. Thank you all. Let's watch another Chiefpep video. So welcome back and thank you all for subscribing to my channel because I've hit the 1000 subscribers. And if you've seen my last video, then I explained to you how important it is. So welcome all new subscribers. New subscribers, I make videos every week, so every Sunday you can watch my new videos as I build my Chiefpep number 2 cafe racer. If you're interested in several topics, I get a lot of questions of certain topics, you can always watch my previous videos. In my channel you can see an overview of all the videos that I've made, and by just reading the header of the video, you probably know what I'm doing in that video. So you can always watch it back and otherwise just ask me any question. So this week I've started working on the manifold, but before you can start with the manifold, first I needed to know exactly where that muffler should be. So that's the first thing that we're going to look at, to position that muffler before we start making that manifold.
First, of course, we needed to figure out the exact height and position. The footrests would be a very important factor for this. I wanted the exhaust exactly positioned as my Photoshop. I showed it often on my phone as an example. Now the discussion was what to do with the footrest bracket. Use it or ditch it. When I took a seat, we immediately saw that the position for my feet would be perfect at the rear of the bracket. And the bracket also makes sure the rests are a bit wide away from the exhaust, so we might just could use it. We put it on temporary with tie wraps. Let's make an ear on the subframe so we can hang the muffler up and measure from there what kind of exhaust bracket we need. This was too high. I wanted to look through the wheel and the subframe. I wanted an open space there. This was too much as a normal street bike now. Also, that exhaust bracket was pretty disturbing for me. Could we do something about that? This should be the right height and the right angle.
Next to that, foot pegs are also really important, so I needed to know for sure where that footrest should be.
The footrest still would have to fit. Let's fix that first. Shall we modify the original footrest bracket or shall we make something ourselves? At the point where I wanted to install the shift rest is basically almost where the original bracket ends. Why would we make something ourselves if we can't reuse this part? The brake pump with fluid in it and the hose for the brake fluid can't be too close to the exhaust. Aprilia RSVs of a certain year like 2003 or 04 are known for their failing rear brakes because the brake pump is too close to the exhaust. The fluid heats up too much and creates air in the pump with a failing rear brake as a result. I wouldn't want that. Okay, we want to have the brake pump here, horizontal like this. We have to use the milling machine for this. There, perfect. Now to figure out what we need to adjust or modify to that original bracket. Okay, that's done. Now this exhaust bracket really disturbs me. What can we do to fix that? I would like to have the brackets of the muffler coming from this side and that they are kind of camouflaged behind this manifold part. We should make a stud coming from this point, going to the connection point on the back of the muffler. We could even use the original footrest brackets for that. Then we would have to weld a connection point on the aluminum bracket. I always understood that welding aluminum is harder than welding steel. This isn't really the case. Aluminum melts pretty good due to the heat. It's just a different reaction the material gives. It's pretty comparable with soldering. And if you're good at it, like this really experienced metal worker, then the result is great. Okay, now to make the muffler bracket. That's the first one. We're gonna make sort of a cross idea to make it strong and stable. Whoops, out of steel plate. Let's quickly pick up some extra at the supplier. Okay, let's move on. This is what we're gonna do. From here to here. Let's use the old trusty MIG welder instead of TIG for a change, just for some fun and extra sparks. Cool, this stud is connected to the footrest bracket. Now to place it in exactly the right angle to make the final stud, which goes to the frame and gives good and sturdy support. For that stud, we're going from here to here. We need a bit of a bend in that plate. I wanted a small twist in that plate to give it extra strength. I was afraid the muffler was going to wobble during the riding, so I wanted everything enough secured. There, that ear can come off. We won't be using that after all. Great! Fantastic! See how cool that see-through is now? Remember my Photoshop?
So everything is now set. So the muffler is now in great position. This is where it will be. And now I can start with making that manifold. Now all this work took me a complete day. So unfortunately we couldn't really start with that manifold. So what you're gonna see now is just a little preview of what's coming next week.
You should start from the cylinders and work your way from there. We first needed collars where the manifold sits in. With the latte, we made collars for the manifolds. These collars make sure the pipes sit well in the exhaust ports. The manifolds will be made from 44.5 mm or 4-inch pipes. We will make a nut ring as well, and these will hold the manifold in place. The rear cylinder is the biggest challenge. We won't be going through the frame with the manifold, so you have to make a tight bend to the front straight out of the exhaust exit. You make a mark with a felt pen when the bends are in the right position. Then you know how to weld it and you're sure it's in the right angle.
So this is what we're gonna do the coming week. We're really gonna make that manifold now. So the next video will be about that all and nothing but all about building that manifold. Now again, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so happy with you guys, and this just means that I can keep continuing the work that I do. And I will upload videos every week. Even if I don't have any content, I will make some content just to make sure that you will get your video every Sunday. So thank you for watching. If you want to watch that preview videos, you can see it here in the corner. Just click that. That's a complete list of all my videos. And if you're not subscribed yet, you can do that here. And if you want to thank me and be happy with that we have this channel and that we keep it up, then give me a thumbs up as an appreciation, and thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next week. Bye.